Right kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
That's right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
That's right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
That's right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
That's right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
That's right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
That's right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. From West Warwick Civic Center in West Warwick, Rhode Island, it's another edition of Rhode Island High School Ice Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network, presented tonight by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, on a brisk and mild 52-degree evening in West Warwick. It feels like it should be more springtime than it is. Matt Joel is alongside Everett McCurdy, and it's kind of weird that it's hockey season. It feels like so warm outside.
I know. It's so funny. I see some of the kids coming in today, and they're wearing shorts. I don't understand it. But you know what? I'm looking forward to a great matchup today. We got the Patriots against the Avengers, and should be a good one.
Yeah, this Warwick co-op team, we said it at the beginning of the season. We thought that they were going to be the sneaky team this year. One win all of last season, and here they are now almost halfway through the season, and they find themselves right in the thick of it, right at the top of the table, battling with teams like LaSalle and Hendricken.
Yeah, it's great to see both of these teams working it out this year and putting things together. Hopefully, we'll keep things going today.
The East Greenwich Avengers will prove to be a tough task for them. This is a team that just can come at you sometimes. We're going to pause really quickly for the national anthem. If you have a hot hand, a hot pad, a hot mitt, you ride that one as much as you possibly can. And so the East Greenwich Avengers will go with Wyatt Gelsizer in net tonight. Gelsizer came in halfway through the Bishop Hendricken game a couple of days ago, and since then he has been the man. 4 periods of play and only 1 goal surrendered so far. It was the one in that Bishop Hendricken game that ended up making it 5 for Hendricken. He shut out the Burrville Broncos, and he'll try to do it again tonight against a very, very talented Warwick team that is back-ended by probably a gentleman who is contending for being top goaltender in the state in Braxton Bragg. So the Warwick co-op team in the all black, these new road threads that we've seen this year, quite epic. And East Greenwich in the home whites, and we are underway. Tonight's first period is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. Visit 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island, or josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. Icing right away on the faceoff brings this one down to the left side circle, right side of Bragg. And that faceoff can be won by EG. Cycled back to the line for a moment, trying to be kept in by Kiernan. Well, kick off of players in the middle. Tober tried to pick that one, send it up back in. Bragg snags that one as he's able to drop it down for Shapino. Shapino loops that one through the neutral zone. It'll be tapped off by Charlie Clements. Line change going for Warwick early on. Arsenault, as he taps that over for Tober. Tober tries to get through, and he's sandwiched immediately by 2 Warwick defenders as the puck just skitters to the backside boards. Quickly carried by Barlow. Barlow will dump that one in. Dump and chase goes for Warwick. as both teams trying to settle things and figure out where they're going to play. It's a shadow boxing first 5 in hockey. Schifino cycles through. Second shot, score! Cross from Sean Mulaney. It hits Cooper Grosketh. And Warwick is on the board early, 1-0 on their first real shot of the game. So back from whence we came in the center dot, about a minute and a half ago, as this one will get cycled down to the end boards. Schifino will pick this one up. As Schifino carries off, crosses the ice again, looking for Grosketh on the opposite side. For Carney, as he tried to get that one out, looking for Rignante. Nothing there as a hard hit came from Schifino. The arm is up from the referee, and we're going to get a penalty. Schifino gets an assist on the goal. Now he's sent to the penalty box for 2 for roughing. It'll put the East Greenwich Avengers on the power play for the first time this evening. A face-off that can be won by EG, but with a little bit of a mishandle, they have to track it back. Andriozzi tries to go around the backside for Arsenault. Arsenault sends that one up for Kiernan. Kiernan, as he dumps in the corner looking for Healy, and they loop it back around. Up top of the blue line, PJ Casey. Casey's run off of the play, and the puck will come all the way back down. Kiernan for Arsenault as they try to reestablish the zone, and poked off of the play smartly, Dan Kennedy, and Kennedy gets all tied up with the 12 of Kiernan and dumps him down to the ice, and no call from the referees as he goes off the bench. Across Bragg as he makes the save on the attempt that came from Arsenault. Pops back over the blue line. Casey couldn't control it. And line changes ensue for both sides. Rugby scrum in the corner, flicked out of the zone by McNally as it goes off the sideboards and comes all the way back down. Will be picked up by Pickering, and Pickering will dump it in. So a dump and chase for Warwick as they go to change lines once again. Streaking through is Pascalis. Chase Pascalis, nowhere for him to go as he gets run off of the play, and it's cleared out by Lucas Hemond. 11 seconds left to go in the advantage as we play with 11 and a half left to go here in the first. Kiernan on Bragg, and Bragg has to shut the door behind him as that one almost scooted through his legs.
Yeah, great job by Warwick just with the penalty kill here, dumping the puck back in the defensive zone and leaving it down there for EG to come and get. It's great job.
They've got 2 seconds left to kill with 11:24 to go here in the first. For Dorley, that one is swallowed up by Bragg in the midst of traffic, as sitting right on the doorstep was Mike Tober. It will expire the penalty, and we're back to 5-a-side hockey. Warwick actually got the beat on that one as Charlie Clements sent it down, but his stick went flying in the process. Turnover right in front, and Barlow had a rifle on it. Penalty coming up as Gelsizer had that one snap off of his glove from Ethan Pizzulo, and to the box is going to go Tober. 2 minutes for roughing, and it will put Warwick on the power play for the first time tonight. The "you can't do that" chant coming out of the Warwick student section. Well placed in the call of a foul. And 7-on-7 is Arsenault and Schifino tying up with each other on the faceoff. One by Warwick. Back to the point for Pizzullo. Shot scored! No! Gelsizer somehow, some way kept that one out as Schifino almost had it 2-0. Face-off won and sent back for Pizzullo. Cross ice for Colin O'Day as he patrols the backside of the blue line. Actually, check that. It's the 9 of Richie Kavanaugh as it comes across once again for Barlow. That's going to get caught up in Kavanaugh's skates. It's allowed to be kept in by Schifino as he collides with the 12 of Kiernan. Off the sideboards, it'll ricochet all the way down. As EG attempted to clear the zone, Arsenault chases that one, but it will be the Warwick offense that will get to it first. Charlie Clements checked off of the puck, losing an edge and going down with Pizzullo, and he'll get back up and gain hold of the puck with 1:05 left to go here in the penalty. 10 left to go in the first, and a dangerous turnover there as Healy was able to steal it away for a moment. Finally gets free for Brady Martin. Sends it into the corner for Barlow. Barlow back to Martin once again. Barlow and Martin trying to play pass back, and Martin got dumped down by Piscalis. No call from the referees in the corner. For the 24 of Brady Martin as he goes across once again, looking there for Grosketh. Grosketh fires one, came off of the backside boards. Opportunity in front for Hemond. Couldn't get a piece on it. It will skate all the way back into the Warwick zone. Carried as getting dumped into the EG bench was Hemond. And that penalty will get called as getting dumped down into the corner boards was Sean Mullaney, and it 4-on-3. So a 4-on-3 power play for 5 seconds will come up here as Warwick gets another penalty called on EG. This time it's the 7 of Sonny Arsenault, I believe, who gets called for the 2 minutes for roughing. Tober is going to come back out. Hard shot that goes through Schifino. Pulled back by Barlow. Barlow tried to cycle that one across for Saylor. Or, my apologies, check that. It's the 4 of Ethan Pizzullo. Not sure what I was looking at there. It goes around for Charlie Clements. Sometimes you get stuck when they go down on the board because of the way this rink is set down from us. And we're only maybe about 5 feet from the glass. You catch the piece of somebody's jersey and not all of it, and you got to try to guess a number. Perils and pitfalls of high school hockey and crazy old rinks. And that's tonight's edition of Broadcasters Chaos. To the blue line for Pizzullo, fired in through traffic, and Gelsizer makes the save. So far, they've killed one penalty. They've killed almost half of the second penalty, and EG's trying to see if they can keep themselves in this game. They don't want to go down 2-0 early. Around the backside for Barlow to keep that one in. Off the side boards, or it can get kicked around into the corners. It came from Richie Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looked to fire one, came back the other way, score! That was a ping pong diagonal move, and it came right back for Ryan Barlow, and he hits pay dirt from Richie Kavanaugh.
It was just a matter of time because Warwick, they had kept the pressure on that entire penalty, and both times EG was fortunate. Warwick's giving themselves a lot of scoring opportunities. We're lucky it's only one penalty goal.
2-0 Warwick with 8 left to play here in the first. And EG knew this was going to be a tough one against one of the top teams in the state this year. And Warwick is showing why. As it's picked up by Chris Shafino. Chris Shafino sends that one down into the corner. Can be looped back out for a moment by Chase Pascalis. Trying to chase for it is Sonny Arsenault. Arsenault, as he's pinned down in the corner, trying to work that one with Carney. Carney cycles it all the way around. And it will come down to be called icing. We're going to get a stoppage of play. 7:07 left to go here in the first. Tonight's first period is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by our elite recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of our eliterecruits.com. 2-0 Warwick. 1 goal in 5-on-5 play, 1 goal on the power play as the referees are having a little conversation at the other circle. Not entirely sure what that could totally be about. The icing call is the icing call. The puck is where it should be. And we're now set and finally ready to go. Kicked back for PJ Casey. As Casey sends that one around, looking for Dunwoody on the opposite side. Cale Dunwoody as he goes for Sonny Arsenault. A rugby scrum is ensuing in front of the Warwick bench, and the puck pops free. As it slides all the way across, it's picked up by Aiden McNally, bumped right back in behind the Warwick net, but Pizzulo is right there for McNally. Crossed and gloved down while he was stretching out for it was the 8 of Daniel Kennedy, and Kennedy will just throw it down the ice, and Warwick will go for another line change. Icing, though, as EG sends it all the way back. Warwick is pressuring EG and forcing them to just dump the puck, but the unfortunate side for EG is they're dumping and not chasing. Now they're going to have to figure this one out as it gets sent around behind their own net for Ryan Barlow. Barlow sent that one back across as it's picked up by Hemond. Barlow dumping into the corner again. It will pitter back out for Shafino at the blue line. Comes off and goes through the wickets of Charlie Clements. And onto the stick this time of PJ Casey as he comes across, and that shot is kicked away by Bragg. Right back out in front as it's set up for Arsenault. Carried the other way now by Barlow. Barlow gets run into the boards craftfully by the 18 of a back-checking PJ Casey. And EG will try to cycle this one out of the zone. Bothered there is Mulaney as Mulaney pushes that one back down. Barlow shoving an EG player into the boards. Looks to be the 10 of Joey Andriozzi as a shot attempt came across from Pickering. Near side boards. Mulaney tried to block that one defensively. Arsenault, though, does get blocked by Pizzullo. The 25 of Chris Schiaffino defensively on the backside boards against Andriozzi. Shot score, Arsenault! Sonny Arsenault from Joey Andriozzi, and the 9 of Mike Tober have cut the lead in half. EG's on the board 2-1.
Yeah, just like that, the Avengers put one in the net and make this game.
An interesting spot as that one puts them back halfway across. And here's an offside call as the Avengers trying to push the envelope. It finally elicits a little bit of noise from the Helmet Mafia as EG starts the Let's Go EG chant.
Exactly.
And we get a face-off that takes us all of 1 second away. False start on the face-off. We'll go back and do it again. Kicked around and then finally won by the 5 in black of Colin O'Day. He looked to try to get that one forward for Kennedy. Past Kennedy, Aiden McNally will chase it down, but PJ Casey is there first. Chasing it is Carney. Coming back for it was Dunwoody, and he fired one high and wide. Swept in by McNally. Horseshoes around as they go for a line change, and trying to pick that one up was Barlow, but it bounces across, and we're going to get offside called. A face-off that'll come just outside of the blue line with 4 and change. Bragg shepherds it for Schiaffino. As Schiaffino wraps this one around the backside boards, came across and will be plucked by Barlow. Barlow, looking back, was trying to get a redirect from Richie Cavanaugh as Cavanaugh was right in the center slot. Cavanaugh gets run into the boards, and the puck pops out for Kiernan cross ice as he was trying to get that one for Healy, and Healy high and wide. EG certainly in pressure against this Warwick defense here in the second half of this period. As it's back for Arsenault, kept in at the blue line area and trying to carry out and losing an edge and wanting a trip call actually was Barlow. He's not going to get it from the referees. For Lucas Hemond. Sent back in again. Hemond will try to come pick that one up. Bragg has to pin it on the post as Tober was right there.
Yeah, EG's got a pep in their step here. As you can see, they feel this game is within reach.
2:56 left to go here in the first period. If you're just tuning in, Warwick jumped out early to a 2-0 lead. Sonny Arsenault has punched one back for EG to level this at 2-1. EG would like to try to level the score at 2-2 before the end of this period if they can, as this one's going to kick back across the blue line and they'll have to peel out of the zone. Dumped behind the Warwick net, cycled by Pizzullo. Lifted and then caught, gloved down by Rignante. Pizzullo again defensively, deflected by the 10 of Andriozzi. Across for Arsenault, and that one can't go anywhere, as it may have gotten a piece of Braxton Bragg, and then that second one is kicked out by Bragg as well, with Arsenault sitting right on the doorstep, and this one will come all the way down. Stopped for a moment by Gelsizer. Sent into the neutral zone Arsenault deflected that one down. No one there as EG goes for a line change, so it's picked up by the Warwick defense and carried out. Kennedy, cross for Brady Martin, was looking for one. This one has to get cycled all the way back. Schifino tries to stretch out EG a little bit as it pops back down for Kennedy off of Aiden McNally. Brady Martin chases that one to the corner. Martin will look to try to get it crossed, but he's sandwiched by two EG players, and Chase Pascalis takes that one away. Final minute and 14 to go here in the first period. Martin shoved into the boards, and Martin is having a go of it for a moment with Madden. Martin in the center slot. Madden right there. Martin can't turn as Madden pulled his stick up. Cycles all the way and will come all the way down. And Heeman will just chase that one, but the referee will say icing with 49 seconds to go. We'll get the short intermission in between the first and second period of about 2 minutes before the longer intermission of about 10 minutes when they resurface the ice in between the second and third. That puck will pop up over top and go down for an icing, and we'll get a face-off back from whence we came. Carried back to the blue line and snared by Gelsizer on the attempt from Schifino. Schifino already has an assist and a penalty on the day. He's going for the goal, and then he'll complete a version of a Gordie Howe hat trick. That one scoots through the wickets of Pizzullo, and a chase for Arsenault. Bragg throws the pad. Wrapped back around for a moment onto the stick of Tober in the final 15 seconds to go of this period. Hit at center ice was Kennedy, or check that, it's actually the 9 of Kavanaugh, and icing is called. Braxton Bragg just shut the door on Sonny Arsenault.
Yeah, what a great play that was. He kept track of that puck as it came across the crease there. Great move. Nice save.
8.3 seconds showing on the clock before we reach the first period break. And EG has been trying to pepper the net as that one's going to go in! Off of the edge of Gelsizer's glove, Lucas Heeman had a wicked shot and a redirect from Cooper Groska. And that will bring us to the end of the first period of play. EG was trying to get back on honors. Instead, Warwick stuck one to him. It's 3-1 after one. You're watching Rhode Island High School hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Oh, Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
In, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone. That is a touchdown.
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
3-1 after one, as Warwick, for at least the first 15 minutes, had their way with EG, despite EG having dominance in the shots on goal department. It was Warwick who had dominance in the score department.
Yeah, Warwick keeping that pressure on, so giving themselves some scoring opportunities.
Tonight's second period brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. Wyatt Geltzeiser's night is done after one period of play. Noah Schnenga is in net for the East Greenwich Avengers, and I guess the hot hand finally went cold, and therefore they're going to go back to Schnenga and see if maybe his hand can get hot. 3 goals in 15 minutes after having only given up 1 goal in 4 periods. For Pizzulo as he takes a tumble, and it's grabbed by Arsenault. Pizzulo picks that one up and tries to flick it off the glass right before the East Greenwich bench. Came across for Madden. To the other 17 of Ryan Barlow, and Barlow gives a little bit of a shove as he got sandwiched out of the play by Andriozzi. Into the far corner, 5-on-5 as Colin O'Day bodies out Dunwoody. Yes, 5-on-5 on the ice as well. We were talking about the numbers on the jerseys in that moment. Cycled across center ice, and that one goes in for the 15 of Dorley, and then all the way down, and he was across the red line. So we'll get they're going to converse about this one. Was it touched? Oh, offside gets called. They did get him. So what could have been benefit for Warwick turns out to them ending up with a face-off down on their side of the ice. Into the back corner as it's cycled around by Heeman. That one ricocheted all the way out to be moved along by Mulaney. Offside. Oof. There's 2 calls that didn't go the way either team wanted them to go. Off the side boards, Kiernan in front as he was looking for Healy. Healy sent that one back to the other Kiernan, and then the number 11, as then it bounces off and it's carried out of the zone by Pascalis. Pascalis got rubbed out of the play by Shafino. Shafino fires one, and Schnenga makes the save.
Yeah, Warwick's doing this thing they've been doing all game, is keeping the pressure on and putting that puck on net. That's been the key so far for them.
2 minutes into this second period of action. And a face-off down to Schnenga's right. Backhanded post! Around the world, and a score from Brady Martin. He hit every single piece of iron in the net. And it's 4-1. Face-off that is won by Warwick. Aiden McNally sends that one back for Pizzulo. Run off of the play as he cycles it across quickly, trying to look for Brady Martin. Martin will poke check that one forward as a delayed offsides is negated on the touch. Schifino flicked up off of the glass and all the way down from Kiernan. This is going to be icing, a stoppage of play again. Not entirely sure what the EG student section was trying to do there. The Helmet Mafia can be quite a trip sometimes. Warwick on the opposite side has certainly had plenty to be vocal about this evening, as that one will have to get quickly stuffed by Schnenga on the draw attempt from Richie Kavanaugh.
Yeah, EG still trying to figure out this shoot first, ask questions later.
Smithfield, Mount St. Charles, the only other game that's in action right now on Fans Only Sports Network. You can pop over and catch that one as well too. Oh, never mind! Colin O'Day just sniped it. This game isn't even halfway through and it's sliding away from the Avengers. Goals coming aplenty and from places you don't expect them. Colin O'Day, we don't say his name very much in talking about scores, but he just sniped one from the blue line. And a penalty has been called, and this one might be against East Greenwich. It is. It's going to be against the 17 of Madden. He's going to go into the box 2 minutes, and elbowing is the call.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of frustration on the EG's part here. You can't blame them.
You never like to get run out of a game. You absolutely don't like getting run out of your own building. And EG is in danger of that one. It's 5-1. This game went to 2-0. EG got one back to 2-1. You thought that there was going to maybe be a good spot for this game to go. And then it's been 3 unanswered by Warwick, as that one is sent by Pickering and saved by Schnenga. .138 remaining in the advantage with 11.5 left to go here in the period. For the 4 of Pizzulo. as he'll drop that one across to Barlow. Lost a handle on it. Arsenault the other way, and that one may have gotten deflected before it even reached Bragg. Seemed like an easier save than it was going to be. Barlow will carry this one back across the neutral zone. Loops with Charlie Clements. Clements will sit at the back side, but it will get poked away by Arsenault and all the way down. No icing to be called as there's still 55 seconds left on the advantage. Trying to carry it out of the zone was Kavanaugh. It gets hit and dumped back in. Rignante back there defensively along with the 5. Dunwoody took it over one-on-one. Bragg puts it in the breadbasket.
Wow. Warwick, they just got saved there with that turnover in their zone. They're lucky.
Dangerous turnover. Braxton Bragg just went and swallowed that one. Here's an opportunity for Mulaney coming across, and it was saved by Schnenga and then set up for the 24 of Martin, but he couldn't get to it. Mulaney dumping down, looking for Heeman. Mulaney gets a stick, yard sailed, and then the 18 of Casey throws down Cooper Grosketh. No call for the referees. Dumped on the other side is Martin. No call from the referees again. They're going to just let some things go, I guess, with the differential in the game. Arsenault goes up high there on Grosketh as Grosketh tracks through the neutral zone. Drops for Heeman. Heeman takes a shot. That one went a little bit wide. Can be wrapped around on the backside by Mulaney. Was looking for Grosketh. Grosketh got bodied out of the zone and bodied out of the play as well. Dangerously bouncing for the 9 of Tober. And Bragg just snared one as Arsenault got thrown down. And we're going to get a penalty for Warwick. It's going to put EG on the power play for the second time tonight. 0 for 1. As getting sent to the box is Sean Mulaney. Interference is the call. Mulaney wanted to have a little chat with the referee about it. And is East Greenwich going to call timeout? They are to talk this one over. 9:18 left to go here in the second. East Greenwich calls timeout to try to talk things over. 5-1 Warwick.
And the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
9:18 left to go here in the second as the East Greenwich Avengers in a spot of difficulty against a very hungry Warwick team trying to continue their climb up the Division I standings as they lead 5-1. And East Greenwich on the power play after the interference call to Sean Mulaney. In the neutral zone is that one sent by Kiernan all the way across, was looking for Tober. Tober is going to have that one whipped away from him as it's sent all the way back down off the stick of Gerard Shapino. Wrapped around for Dunwoody. as he holds it for a moment and then sends it over for Kiernan. Arsenault, who has the lone goal of the game for the Avengers, wraps around the back side as it goes past Schifino, kept in the zone by Andriozzi. Arsenault again for Andriozzi. Fires one, and Bragg will snare that out of the air. To a point I was trying to make earlier, one other game in action right now. Smithfield Sentinels taking on the Mount St. Charles Mounties. You can catch that game right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Just pop on over to the feed. Coming up later, 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, Moses Brown Quakers taking on a very hurt Burrillville Broncos side, trying to labor their way through some injury issues. That game coming up from Lynch Ice Arena at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Fans Only Sports Network, and a couple of games of about 3 tomorrow as well too. As always, check us out, Fans Only Sports. It's fansonlysprtz.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever social media you might have, at FOSPRTZ. And for all things behind the scenes hockey related, follow us on Instagram at ri.hockey. That's an Instagram account that's at ri.hockey. I am pretty sure a few of these goals, if not at least one, will be up on the IG in pretty short order of time. We'll get you an update on the Smithfield Mount St. Charles game as we go along with proceedings here. As the arm will go up, a whistle will sound, and we're going to get a face-off to come outside of the blue line on an offside call.
Yeah, great job by Warwick in their penalty kill. They're stymieing.
31 seconds left in the advantage, with 7:49 left to go here in the period. As this faceoff will end up coming back across, trying to chase it is Carney. Carney will dump that down in the corner for Dufresne. Dufresne nowhere to go as he's bodied out of the play, and Brady Martin sent that one quickly for Hammond. Hammond hit the post! A shorthanded opportunity there for Lucas Hammond. Comes all the way back down once again for Pickering. Pickering will send that one across. Bounces off of the corner boards. Was looking for Brady Martin. Didn't get all the way to him. Instead, it ends up on the stick of Kiernan, who sends that one all the way across. Ping-ponged back down into the zone once again as Casey will try to clear that out. Got it as far as Dufresne at the blue line, and it's sent back once again. The 3 in black is Charlie Clements as he brings that one across and lands it onto the stick of Richie Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh sent one across for the 25 of Schifino. Back again for Barlow. And it's still ping-ponging around the center of the ice and will finally be picked up and carried by the 4 of Dufresne back to the blue line as he drops for Casey, and Casey will take it all the way down. Penalty is expired. We're back to 5-a-side hockey. Thumped in the corner. Pinned in the corner. And now the rugby scrum ensues that has 2 black jerseys, 2 white jerseys, and the puck somewhere underneath. The referee will not blow the whistles. It'll finally come out onto the stick of Arsenault as he looks for Tober. Andriozzi chases to the corner. Andriozzi wiped out. And now Arsenault going into it with the 7 of Schifino, and Schifino's stick is left sitting. And a whistle and a stoppage of play, and there's going to be all sorts of extracurriculars. Poison is gone off the rail. There will certainly be discussion about that one in between periods. To the back corner for Grosketh. Shafino. Hard shot as Grosketh got dumped down in the center. Now the arm's going to go up. We're going to get a penalty call this time after Pickering tried to take a shot, but Grosketh was just thumped into the ice. To the box goes the 21 of Rignante. Oh, no, it is not.
Are you guys still over there? Oh, they're taking pictures because they're not watching the game.
We'll see if the penalty is actually called on. Rignante is actually, I think it might actually be, might be the 17 of Madden. They haven't announced the penalty yet, and they don't have. Shot score! Draw play on the face-off. It's a six-pack of goals for Warwick. It's a hattie for Cooper Grosketh.
Wow, what a performance tonight, especially here on that, looked like a design play, that draw back to the point, and he blasted it.
Cooper Grosketh gets the hattie before the end of the second period of play. And you switched goalies after the first, so you really don't want to switch again.
I did not hear you.
But now, Gelsizer's given up 3. Schnegga's given up 3. I don't know what you do. You don't have a third goaltender to go to. Ryan Barlow off of his stick as it cycles all the way down. Will be picked up by Shafino. Shafino will send that one. And it's going to end up as an icing call as it ping-pongs all the way back down off of the stick of the 18 of PJ Casey. And EG is just lost.
Yeah, they're just stunned right now to be down 5 in the middle, the second. It's going to take a Herculean effort to get back into this one.
Face-off won by Warwick as that one gets cycled around the boards for a moment on the stick of Heeman as he then taps that one for Barlow. It will just get dumped down, trying to be carried back in by Andriozzi. Andriozzi will get boarded out on the side as he's run into by Shafino. Tried to drop it for Tober, and the Warwick defense takes care. Barlow carried that one all the way down before Arsenault just flicks it back into the neutral zone. Recollected by Shafino, and that one will be called on the long distance offside pass. Tonight's game brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 30 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. University of Rhode Island Rams also in action tonight as they take on the NYU Violet. That game started about an hour ago. They're going to play a double. So today at 7, tomorrow at 4. You can catch those games right here on Fans Only Sports Network. And then the Bryant University Bulldogs in action Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time from Rhode Island Sports Center as they take on the Bowling Green Falcons in town from Ohio for a set of games. We'll have that game for you right here Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Fans Only Sports Network. Down into the corner where it can be peeled out by Casey. He tried to look for Carney, and then back once again for Pascalis, dumped that one in. And EG will go for a line change once again. It pops past Casey, or Carney, excuse me, and will come all the way down for Schifino. Laps that one around. Onto the stick of Pizzulo as he can push it away defensively for a moment. Bragg will just stick that one aside. 3 left to go here in the second period. A game that is completely blown wide open for Warwick. 4 unanswered goals to take the game from 2-1 to 6-1. As we'll hit the long break, Bragg will just stop that one, sent all the way down. Schifino dumps it off the boards. Grosketh fired, and a save made. And Cooper Grosketh was trying to look for 4. .228 separating us from the break. Thumped into the boards. Will get picked up by Pizzulo. Taking a dive to try to poke check one away. As this one will come all the way down to laid off. Sides negated on the touch-up. Arsenault run into the boards on the backside as it's shepherded out by Pizzulo for a moment. They'll get this one all the way back to the blue line. We apologize for the little technical difficulty there as we lost our camera signal for a second, but you didn't really miss anything much as that one gets thrown down on the backside boards. Colin O'Day cycles it around. 1:12 left to go here in the second period. Barlow got tied up with McNally. And I think we got a whistle and a stoppage of play for icing. Face off just outside of the blue line. Will get sent back for Schifino. He'll hold on to it. McNally. And that one got sent. Are you trying to call a hand pass? Hand pass called on EG on the deflection. So you get a fresh piece of rubber as the puck went up into the net out of play. Sent through by Schifino. Popped back around over the stick of Hemond, and that one will go all the way down. And we get an icing and a stoppage of play. Back from whence we came, and we'll do it again one more time. From the opposite side dot. Most of EG's fan section still intact, though we'll see how that stands after the intermission. It dies in a pile of snow right in front of the Warwick bench, then finally poked free. Casey tries to get that one free to be moved along by Arsenault. Andriozzi overlaps and then gets rubbed out of the play at first for a moment by Mulaney, but somehow kept a hold onto it. Arsenault and Tober as this one flicks up into the net and out of play as the horn sounds, and they'll just call it the end of the period. All Warwick from the opener. They scored a minute and a half into the game. They've added 5 more since. Sonny Arsenault's goal, the only side for EG at 6-1 after 2. They're going to resurface the ice, and we're going to take the break ourselves. You're watching Rhode Island High School Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try Try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected, no! Rebound! Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected, no! Rebound! Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected, no! Rebound! Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected, no! Rebound! Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown. Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected, no! Rebound! Score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll
One Warwick after 2 on the heels of a Cooper Groska hat trick.
Yeah, what an effort by Warwick tonight. Again, just peppering the goalie with shots after shots. let's see what the other team can do tonight and see how they respond.
Not sure if EG is going to be able to find themselves back on the top of the ladder of this one. Matt Jones alongside Everett McCurdy. It's 15 minutes left to go in regulation, separating Warwick from another win on the season. Today's third period brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. Off of the backside boards, it tries to be cycled out once again for Ryan Barlow inside, and Schnenga actually made the save as that one took a nice little wicked bounce and all the way back down, chased there by the 25 of Chris Schiaffino. Slot pass out as it comes across for Charlie Clements through his wickets. Will go all the way down. A line change occurs for Warwick as they will dump that one in. Bodying out Andriozzi is the 12 of Sean Mullaney. Dunwoody will not get past Hemond. Across once again for Pizzulo. Mullaney at the blue line will poke it, and it will go not all the way around as that one hit a rut somewhere on the boards and stopped all of a sudden. Pizzulo will dump this one in off of Mullaney. Onside is called as it comes around, wrapped around by Pickering. Off the side boards, Carney tried to clear that one out of the way for EG, and it gets dumped back in instead. Kiernan off the glass to the opposite side blue line. EG went for a line change, and it's dumped by Mullaney as Warwick will go for a line change. We've played 2 minutes of this third period as a shot finally taken by Pizzulo goes flying wide. Nothing for Warwick to do. They can shepherd this one to the finish line. Rignante and Bragg will go ahead and snag that one.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing that Warwick defense catching all of those centered pucks and putting them right back into the zone. EG struggling to work it out.
So 12:50 left to go here in regulation as this one goes off of the boards. Kiernan tried to push that one forward. Healy behind the play and behind the net as it gets bumped back out to the blue line area. They were trying to look for Casey, nothing doing there. Kiernan dispossessed, carried forward by Clements. Clements fired one right across as he was looking for the 9 of Richie Kavanaugh. Barlow gets run into the boards on the opposite side. Kavanaugh comes free with it. Backhanded pass for Barlow, dispossessed by Healy. And the puck will come back into the neutral zone again. EG caught and makes the line change. Barlow fires that one wide. Warwick has climbed back up in the shots on goal tally as they were putting in more goals than they were taking shots by only of a differential of about 2 or 3. As this one's going to scoot all the way down, delayed penalty called. Will now be called as a touch of the puck will be made by Dunwoody, and to the box is going to go Tober. 2 minutes for roughing, and it's going to put Warwick on the power play, 1 for 3 on the evening.
Yeah, Tober has been all over the ice tonight, trying to do everything he can to get his team some points tonight.
Arsenault Hemond. Face-off won by Lucas Hemond. Brady Martin. Grosketh. That one got the side of the net. Had everybody on the Warwick side oohing and eyeing for a moment as they thought that Grosketh may have gotten number 4 on the evening for him. Hemond poke checked off of the stick of the 10 of Pickering, and it comes all the way back as it was chased by Arsenault. Grosketh trying to see if he can dive around with that one. Bumped away once again as it goes back to the blue line for Rignante. Kept in the zone here by Grosketh. That one deflected and will be horseshoed around. Kept in by Pickering. As they battle for it along the boards, it will be poke checked out by Rignante. He'll go off on a line change. Martin drops one for Kavanaugh, and that one gets deflected up into the netting and out of play. We'll stop play with 10:10 left to go. One other game left to go on the evening, as the Moses Brown Quakers will be in action against the Burrillville Broncos. That game coming up from Lynch Ice Arena at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, as that one is snatched. Mount St. Charles and Smithfield has gone final. And if you want one that way might make you scratch your head a little bit, Mount St. Charles has won 5-2 over the Smithfield Sentinels. And Smithfield continues a season of consternation for them, while the Mount St. Charles Mounties continue to climb back up the standings. As the puck will flip up and a whistle and a stoppage of play and a face-off to be called. As most of the EG side to our broadcast left is decided to head for the exits with 9:06 left to go in this one, and a considerable score line of 6-1 on the board, and not looking like it's going to come down any. Though here goes the 11 of Kiernan, and that one will be stopped. Braxton Bragg has had another phenomenal night in net for Warwick Co-op. .850 remaining as the faceoff is won by Warwick. Hemond sends that one around. Looped back the other way for Colin O'Day. Carried forward by Saylor as that one bounces across the line. And it's sent all the way back by EG for an icing, and the frustration starting to show as Kiernan slammed his stick on the boards after that play. There's just not much you can do when you have a better team playing against you. Calling for it in center was Hemond, and it went past his stick. He'll chase it all the way down the ice and pick it up. Off the side boards as it was deflected and moved along briefly for a moment by Brady Martin. Dunwoody, as he goes toe-to-toe with O'Day, Delayed offsides negated on the touch-up. Cleared and sent down by McNally. EG picks it up in the zone defensively. It will trickle along the boards. Comes down the opposite way for Shafino. Shafino for Pickering as he'll carry it up the zone. Grosketh will just flick this one down. It gets caught up into the body as it's carried out by the 25 of Madden, and EG has decided to go down the bench. We'll see probably just about everybody on the roster that's not scratched at some point probably before the end of this game. Mulaney. This will get chased by Parento as Parento pulls that one off the backside boards for Shafino. Bragg makes a save on the attempt that came from Healy. 6 and change left to go as it's carried by Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh winds, fires, save made, and then try to continue to poke it was Grosketh, but it was shepherded away from him. Headed the opposite direction, the 19 of Chase Pascalis. Pascalis dispossessed of that puck as it gets flicked back into the neutral zone, carried once again by Barlow. Barlow gets sandwiched to the boards by Casey. As it tries to be worked around by Kiernan off of the glass, it dies at the blue line and it's kept into the zone by Barlow. Dumps it down into the corner for Charlie Clements. Stolen and taken away by Kiernan. Kiernan gets run into by Shapino, and then Kiernan tries to come back and goes a little high against Kavanaugh. Shafino for the 3 of Clements. Wrapped all the way around to the other side for Barlow. Barlow dispossessed of that one. Carney has it for EG. 5.5 left to go. EG has not climbed anywhere back closer. This one still stays at 6-1. Barlow, as he gets around the referee, going toe-to-toe with Kiernan. Barlow continued to wipe that one all the way around, and then wrapped out of the zone by Carney. Back at neutral ice, it's held for a moment by Pizzulo, trying to poke check it across, does get it for Kennedy. Daniel Kennedy across, and a shot attempt that came from McNally was deflected over top of the net. They tie up for it on the backside boards. Getting dumped in to the boards is Kennedy, and we're going to get a whistle and a penalty.
Yeah, this has been the story all night for EG. Frustration, the penalties. There's no answer for Warwick.
It's the 18 of PJ Casey headed to the box for the transgression. And with 4:52 left to go here and a 2-minute penalty on the board, barring a Warwick score, this is going to leave EG with not a whole lot of time left. And it's a 5-minute major. He's done. So that is the night that's the night for PJ Casey, and a 2-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, a bench minor, has been thrown on top. So it's going to be 5-on-3 for the remainder of this game. They'll get 5-on-4 if they don't score anything at about 3 minutes left to go, but this is just over. Grosketh. So a 5-minute major for boarding for unsportsmanlike, for a 5-minute major for boarding, and then a 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct as Bragg just stymied Arsenault.
Another nice save by Bragg. He tracks that puck as it comes across the crease.
4:32 left to go in the major. That will not expire before this game will end. 1:32 left to go in the unsportsmanlike conduct bench minor. That can expire before this game will end, as there's 4 and change left to play. Dropped across the blue line for Barlow. Peeled away for a moment by Arsenault. Taken by Ethan Pizzullo. Pizzullo will backtrack with it as he gives it off for the 9 of Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh. Barlow. Back up top as it's fired. It hits a bunch of traffic. Poke checking at it. Multiple players in black, and it comes all the way back up top for Pizzullo again. Clements. Cross. Hard shot and a save made on the attempt from Barlow. 36 seconds left remaining in the 2-minute minor penalty that was assessed. And it'll be 5-on-4 if that expires for the remainder of the game. Pizzullo dispossessed by Andriozzi. Bragg makes the save. Andriozzi still trying to play with it on the backside boards. There's 5 black jerseys around him. He's going to have to get rid of that one. Comes all the way back the other way for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh drops that one off. Will get peeled away. No, it does not. It's still over for Barlow. Through traffic. Loose puck. And Schnenga makes 2 quick saves. So 1 penalty expired. That was the 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct given to the bench. The other penalty still intact and will stay intact as it was a 5-minute major assessed for boarding. So it's going to be 5-on-4 for Warwick till this one goes to conclusion. Schnenga makes the save. Again, a shot attempt that came right off of the draw play. Barlow in the corner. Backside boards for Schifino. Around once again for Kavanaugh. Barlow was looking to try to get one onto the stick of a streaking Clements, and then another save after the attempt from Barlow. Two left to go in this one. Smithfield is lost to Mount St. Charles 5-2. Warwick is going to win this game 6-1. And 1 game left to play tonight as the Burrillville Broncos are at Lynch Ice Arena against the Moses Brown Quakers. Nick LeBlanc will have that call for you right here on Fans Only Sports Network in about 20 minutes of time. As this one pops up, carried over for Tober, and offside is called. Two line variety is going to send us back down in the EG defensive zone. Nate Keene as he dumps it into the corner. Back for Grosketh. Grosketh. Cross ice for Sailor. Sailor in the corner. Rubbed out of the play. They're not going to call anything here with a minute left to go, and there's already a 5-on-4 power play as Schnenga will hold on to that one. And we'll get a stoppage of play. They do not like the line change. They said they were already up, so they'll go back. Last minute of play here in the third period. As we get another stoppage of play, and the faceoff comes right back from where we were. Parento. That one was dangerously close. Is right on the doorstep there was Jackson Monty. Monty continues to fight with that one along the sideboards. Kiernan in the way. Over for Nate Kane. That one gets flicked up top, and it's held for a shot attempt by Pickering that bounced away. In the final 30 seconds to go, as the Warwick student section deciding to start to sing Hey Hey Goodbye, as this one's going to bounce, they're going to say deflected, so no icing is called. It will continue the clock to tick for Parento. Off of the glass as it trickles all the way down. The horn will sound, and Warwick has a 6-1 victory over the East Greenwich Avengers. A hat trick for the 19 of Cooper Grosketh on the evening. The lone goal for East Greenwich scored by Sonny Arsenault back in the first period, and it was then all Warwick. 4 unanswered goals after EG had it at 2-1. As the two teams will cross center ice and shake hands with each other, and that'll close off the proceedings here from West Warwick Civic Center. Final thoughts?
A dominating performance tonight by Warwick, and we've got EG who's going to have to get back into the locker room and think about this one and how they can come back next week.
One more game left on the evening, and in 15 minutes of time that'll face off from Lynch Ice Arena in Pawtucket as the Moses Brown Quakers take on the Burrillville Broncos. A slate of games tomorrow, as well as always. To check out the schedule, go to Fans Only Sports. It's fansonlysportz.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever social media you might have, at FOSPORTZ. That'll do it for us from West Warwick Civic Center. For Everett McCurdy, Alden Darius, I'm Matt Jellis. Have a great night.